And all fight fans, we are set to go once again. This bout scheduled for 3 rounds in the women's atomweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Her background is in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. At 5 feet 6 inches tall, she weighed in officially 105 3/4 pounds. Her professional record stands even with 1 victory and 1 defeat. Fighting out of Malaga, Spain, here is Irene "La Niña" Cabello. And next, her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. She is a kickboxer standing 5 feet 4 inches tall. Weighing in officially 105 pounds. She is perfect in her campaign in the cage. 3 bouts, 3 victories, all 3 wins coming by way of submission. From Limerick, Ireland, here is the undefeated Catherine Costigan. Referee in charge of the action is David Swan.
So our referee, David Swan, is going to get us underway for this one. Catherine Costigan in the red shorts, taking on Irene Cabello in the black shorts.
Let's do this.
Josh Palmer, Rosie Sexton calling the action for you here at a packed Helix in Dublin, Ireland.
As fighters finding their range here. Cabello coming into this one with a bit of a reach advantage. She's the taller fighter.
Let's see if she can put some of that kickboxing experience to use here. A lot of movement from both ladies early on.
That's it. Catherine Costigan has got a very technical striking background, but obviously being a bit of a reach disadvantage, that can always be a little bit awkward. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. A lot of head movement there.
Oh,
some of those punches finding their mark.
Yeah, good flurry from Costigan on the way in. But Cabello with the center of the ring at the moment. You can join in on the conversation on social media, hashtag CWFC65. Do let us know what you think about tonight's show. Of course, a great main card coming up, 9 p.m. for you, GMT on all the TV and web partners. John Mungo, Essel Rogers in the main event of that one. Just a feeling out process really here, Rosie.
That's it, plenty of movement from both fighters there. Costigan starting to put a few combinations together.
Bit of a tentative kick to find a way in for the upper body strikes. Cabello finding the mark there, but Costigan's answering with just a bit more volume at the moment, isn't she?
So she's putting more strikes together, I think. It'll be interesting to see whether Cabello can really use that reach advantage. So what she needs to do is keep that range open a little bit. And she likes to come forward, so it'll be interesting to see how that works for her.
Interesting how between these two fighters, all of their wins have come by way of submission, but nobody seems to want this one on the ground just yet.
Not just yet. We'll see how that carries on as the rounds play out. So I know both fighters have a good grappling background, and Costigan has some excellent wrestling. Level change there into clinch.
Well, it was a good technical wrestling shot. Level changed and got the penetration step through, but not in on the hips as deep as she would like, I would imagine. And some good knees now from Cabello.
I think one thing Costigan does very nicely is mixing up her wrestling with her striking. He combines the two. So moving back out to striking range again if it isn't quite right for her.
And that really is the name of the game, isn't it, Rosie? Those transitional periods, between each of the ranges. Head position now for Costigan. See if she can do something with the body lock.
That's it, fighting for position on the cage there.
We saw a flash of just how dangerous Cabello can be with those elbows if either fighter hangs around in the tie clinch too long.
Both fighters landing some good knees there. Cabello at the moment controlling the position on the cage. Costigan looking to turn off.
It's good forward aggression at the moment from Cabello. And a good exchange of knees in general. You see hands coming down to block Costigan's knees off. Good knees up the middle from the Spaniard. Just over-committing a little bit, though.
Costigan looking for that body lock there.
How much of a game changer are elbows in this position compared to the sort of power these ladies can generate on their strikes?
It certainly can be. It makes it very dangerous to leave too much space. The head position is absolutely critical with this clinch on the cage.
Oh, and a good collar.
Landing some good strikes there out of clinch.
Yeah, good collar tie from Costigan. And there she moves to the elbows, doing some good work on the inside, but a real grinding, attritional bit of warfare at the moment from these ladies.
Very active clinch game from both fighters. Neither of them wanting to settle with their back on the fence.
Really a very brawling style when they collar tie each other and a headlock to the ground.
It's a nice takedown from Costigan there.
Oh, looking for the arm lock possibly, but just running out of time. And a bit of a dicey end to that first round. Rosie, give us your thoughts on how you saw that one.
Yes, I think that was good timing on the looking for the takedown there, just looking to steal the round, maybe in the eyes of the judges.
It was a very even fight up to that point, wasn't it? Both ladies having their moments on the inside.
Yes, I think the better strikes, the cleaner strikes were landed by Costigan, but again, Cabello doing a very good job of not letting her settle on the cage. And
let's take a look at some of the replays here. And some good strikes. This was Costigan looking for the takedown, and then that tie clinch. We started to see some good work with that collar tie, didn't we?
Both fighters really looking to keep active in that position, not wanting to settle.
So do you think we're going to see more of the same from both ladies in this second round? Game plans unchanged?
I think so. I think it'll be interesting to see how the grappling exchanges play out and whether one fighter does, in fact, get the fight to the ground a little bit earlier
Second
on.
round, ladies. You ready? You ready? Fight.
So David Swan gets our second round underway here. Irene Cabello in the black, taking on Catherine, the alpha female, Costigan in the red. Second of our live Facebook card for you here at Cage Warriors 65. Merv Mulholland and Lee Cares are going to close that out for you straight after this bout. But right now, the ladies putting on a show for us and keeping it standing for the most part, Rosie.
That's right. Lots of footwork going on. Still plenty of movement. No sign of pace slowing, really, in the second round here.
Both ladies perhaps just keeping their head up a little bit when they get into those exchanges. You see the chin of Cabello rises a little bit on each occasion.
Overhand right there for Costigan into the clinch position.
Looking for that tie clinch again. Almost stripping the grip to a 2-on-1 as well.
Watch the fingers.
Cabello maybe using that size advantage a little bit to control position on the fence there.
A nice position for some knees from the Spaniard. You can see she's really looking to frame on the face of Catherine Costigan.
Costigan doing a good job of controlling the head. Again, trying to turn position on the fence.
Again, this very 50-50 bit of combat here from these ladies up against the cage. May not look like there's too many explosive actions going on, but Rosie, tell us what it's like to just wear on your opponent and carry the weight for the whole round.
That's it. It can get very draining in this position. That constant tension there. Cabello throwing some nice knees with the back of the fence. Takedown from Costigan there.
Yeah, she finally manages to bundle this one to the ground, but immediately looking for a really high guard is Cabello, and she's got the triangle entry here. Costigan's going to have to be very careful.
Cabello has a very dangerous, flexible guard. This is where her previous win came from by armbar.
Oh, switching the grip on the triangle now to try and tighten this one up.
Looking for that reverse triangle, in fact.
Costigan, you can see she's got her left hand just inside, so perhaps just saving her a little bit there, Rosie.
That's it. think she seems to have room to breathe there, but she's going to have to work to get out of that position.
And a lot of blood on the face of Catherine Costigan. Great elbows from Cabello here. And Costigan cannot let that left hand sneak out, otherwise you can bet Cabello's going to switch that grip on her legs to the other side and lock this triangle up tighter.
That's the danger with this position, is trying to defend the submissions at the same time as watching out for those elbows.
I mean, at the moment she's trying to stack her forward, keep all her weight down on her and stop her trying to square up over her hips.
Right, keeping that elbow back as well to stop her closing that triangle even further.
There are options to transition from here, Rosie, but this grip is so tight, isn't it?
That's it, yes. Again, Cabello doing a good job of controlling that position.
What can Costigan do here to try and work her way out, Rosie?
So she needs to be working to get her posture back, get her head up so you can see her getting that, working her way out there. She needs to watch out for that, the transition to that arm bar or the omoplata on that side.
And that flexibility of Cabello's is really tricky, isn't it? Because she hasn't needed to change the angle on her hips. She's still square to Costigan, but she's managed to get her shin completely across the back of Catherine's neck.
That's it. It's that long-legged flexibility that I think makes her very dangerous out of guard. It's quite a tricky style for a wrestler to compete against.
Now 50 seconds left here. Would you like to see a transition or some more strikes from Cabello?
I think she's doing a good job of mixing it up, threatening with those strikes at the same time as looking to advance her position, looking to tighten up that submission there. Costigan toughing it out there. There's a bit of space there and turns back into guard.
Well, good work from Costigan, immediately looking, well, almost a gogoplata here from Cabello, but Costigan, I think, going to take a few seconds to recompose herself.
That's it, staying tight there in guard.
Dangerous passage of play off her back from Irene Cabello. And Catherine Costigan is showing a few signs of wear and tear here as we come to the final 10 seconds of this second round.
So Cabello looking impressive in this round, off the back.
Fine, over here, Dom.
Well, Rosie, Irene Cabello showing that very dangerous on the ground.
Absolutely. And I think you can see the progression there since her last fight, which she won by armbar from guard.
Let's take a look at some of the replays here. This was Costigan trying diligently to earn that takedown, but it was earning that takedown that put her in a bit of trouble, didn't it, Rosie?
That's it. I think the place where Cabello is most dangerous is on the ground, is off her back. So that's something that Costigan definitely has to look out for.
She hit that transition so quickly, as you can see, immediately going to what we call crooked guard, trapping one arm and the neck, and then switching to that opposite lock. And these were some horrible elbows.
That's it, making good use of that position there.
Really showing how you can win a round off your back, in my opinion. But it's not my opinion that counts, it is the judges, and Catherine Costigan is ready for war at the start of this third round. She's got one more to get the job done here.
And just here.
Josh Palmer, Rosie Sexton calling the action for you cage side here at Cage Warriors 65. Our referee David Swan's going to get us underway in the third. Irene Cabello in the black taking on Catherine Costigan in the red.
Ready? Do this.
A war-torn Catherine Costigan in this one, Rosie.
Bit of a bounce there at the beginning of the round. Looking to show that she's still very much in this.
What do you think her corner will have said to her during that short break there?
It'll be interesting to see the game plan she comes out with in this round. Whether she looks to get the takedown or whether she's just going to keep it sounding. Nice spinning back kick there.
That first round is going to be so close on the scorecards. It'll be very interesting to see what happens if we go the distance here.
I think the cleaner, tighter combinations here coming from Catherine Costigan.
A lot more movement from Costigan at this point. Perhaps really just trying to convey that sense of urgency in wanting to get on with this one.
It's a nice leg kick. Again, Cabello coming forwards. Costigan a bit more on the back foot, looking to counter strike.
Good strikes.
Nice combination.
Oh, and you see she tried to break it there. She gripped around the neck, tried to change the angle with her shoulder, but a very strong tie clinch from Cabello.
And she backs out, looking to keep that distance. So I think it's an indication that Costigan's maybe looking to keep this on the feet in this last round.
Landing a good degree of variation in her strikes.
So some nice hands landing there from Costigan. So Cabello's punch is looking a little bit slower, a little bit more sloppy there. She's coming forward.
As we said, a long time out of the cage for Irene Cabello. 9-month layoff. Doesn't seem to have done her too much harm, though.
Yes, I think you can see how her grappling's progressed in that time that she's had off.
Big overhand right landed by Costigan. Cabello immediately back to her guard, though.
And Costigan looking to keep that distance open there. Superman punch.
Well, the Irish crowd starting to will on every strike of the alpha female, but Cabello the one marching forward.
Again, I think Costigan's looking at that in and out footwork, landing the strikes and then backing out to avoid the counters.
Halfway point in this third and final round. One more fight to come on our Facebook prelims for you at home as Catherine Costigan and Irene Cabello trade blows here.
And some nice footwork, nice angling going on there.
Oh, and a good successive 2 or 3 punches for Costigan. Starting to find her range a bit more.
So looking for that takedown.
Oh, and a big high crotch, but immediately wrapping up the triangle entry again is Cabello. She's so dangerous with this guard.
So I think Costigan needs to really keep the head stacked in against the fence here in that position.
And really looking to lock this one up. I can't see what the situation is with the left arm of Costigan, but that's gonna, well, it saved her on this occasion.
So I think it's a very different situation with that triangle position when the head's on the fence.
How does
it makes it very much harder for the person on the bottom to move and to make angles. And Costigan's doing a really good job of keeping her head stacked in against the fence there, so she can't make that angle to climb for arm bars and triangles.
And you can see every time Cabello's trying to take her legs higher, Costigan's just pushing her shoulders a little bit deeper.
So and she's circling to keep that head in that position, looking for those elbows. And she needs to be very, very careful here, because we've seen Cabello can be very dangerous off of back. All she needs is that little bit of an angle.
A bit of posture and some ground and pound might not go amiss for Catherine Costigan here. She's got less than a minute to work in this fight.
That's it. I think Costigan looking good in this round. Just needs to keep it going, stay out of trouble. It'll be very interesting to see now how that first round was scored.
Yeah, really tough one for the judges. Really high guard as well from Cabello as she looks to pull this over for the omoplata or the go-go plata.
That's it.
But a bit
Costigan
wise.
trying to stay tight in the defence there. Managing to land some strikes.
That flexibility is such a game changer if the fighter knows how to use it. Armbar transition coming here. Trying to pull the elbow back inside, and Costigan squares herself up again.
Costigan doing a good job of using the fence to her advantage in that position.
Last 10 seconds of the round here. Well, I think, Rosie, I've got to say, the guard of Irene Cabello so good at neutralising any offence that Catherine Costigan may have been able to put together there.
Sort of a great fight there for both fighters, I think. It'll be interesting to see how the judges have seen that. So
a very close round one. Probably the second going to Cabello. How do you see the third, Rosie?
I would say that the third round I would give to Costigan. It's the sharper of the strikes, and also with the takedown, and she did good work keeping that guard controlled at the end and landing some damage out from top position.
As we can see on some of these replays, that tie clinch from Cabello, but good work with the hands from Costigan, the huge overhand right there.
So I think some nice combinations, some nice striking there as well.
Look how Cabello climbs for that guard position, knowing she was going to be on her back, looking almost for a flying triangle while up in the air. A good end to the round for Costigan, but too little, too late, perhaps?
I think this is going to come down to that first round, I think, in my opinion.
Okay, well, let's see which way the judges are going to go. Our referee, David Swan, brings the ladies to the middle of the cage as the scores are put together. A great women's atomweight fight there. Our MC, Joe Martinez, has the official judges' decision.
Fight fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards, and here are the judges' totals. Judge David Leatherby has it 29-28 for Cabello. Judge Oglesby 29-28 for Costigan. And Judge Andy Sledge scores it 29-28 for your winner by split decision. And still undefeated, Catherine Costigan!
So a split decision win for Catherine Costigan. She stays undefeated. Another great win for her inside the Helix. Rosie, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And we'll move on to our final fight of our Facebook card.